Jacqueline Johnson, and I'm part of the Sacred Threads exhibition here. And this is my quilt, The Missing. It's inspired by events that occurred in northern Nigeria in April of 2014. In that particular month, 276 girls were kidnapped from a local school while they were asleep. What makes that event significant is that the large number of girls that were kidnapped, and also the fact that they were due to graduate from high school like in a few weeks afterwards. The Missing, for me, was inspired by not only that event, but what called out to me the most about this event were the tears of the mothers, the protests, and largely the tears of the mothers. So in my mind, the mothers of Chibok to the mothers of Ferguson were crying for their children. And the Bring Back Our Girls campaign was brought home to me largely by the woman who is the founder of it. Her name is Obi. I can't pronounce her Nigerian name, so I'm not going to fracture it here. But quite by accident, I was able to attend a one-day symposium on the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. And while I was sitting there, I was probably one of 5 Americans in the room. And I kept saying, so what are you going to do with this information? You have been privileged to be here. What's going to come out of it? And so inspiration from the conference plus the events led me to create this quilt. And this is probably a part of a series. There's a much larger quilt I'm working on, but I'll just talk about the one that's here. Two things have happened in the creation of this quilt. One thing that happened is I actually had an opportunity to go to North Africa, and while I was there, I was in Morocco, and while I was there, I became very sensitized to the clothing that the women wear. So one of the additional things that was added to the quilt were a lot of the details and the trimming. I originally just had it like this, but I realized even in the guise of their everyday clothing, there are forms of adornment and embellishment. But I had, actually I studied and researched this quilt for several months, and then maybe within a 2 or 3 week period, I executed it. More and more I researched and then quilt. Thank you.